If you're not okay with yourself, everything else will follow your lead. My therapist recently reminded me, you are at the center of your life. You are at the center of it all. We really are the main characters of our own story. You are the one who determines your business. You define your career. You determine how much money you get to make and the joy and happiness you allow yourself to experience in this life. Sometimes we need this reminder to reframe our lived experience and get out of the rut that strips us away from our confidence. So today I'm sharing with you 10 practices to get your confidence back and reignite that belief in yourself. Number 1 is to set yourself realistic, focused, and progressive goals and give yourself the space to actually execute them. Too many times we fill our to-do list with so many tasks that just overwhelms us. But actually you'll find that 20% of your actions produce 80% of your results. So instead of filling your calendar with to-dos, how about focusing on realistic, progressive goals that are focused and give yourself time to execute them. I remember a few years ago reading The 12-Week Year by J.P. Moran, and the principle of that book was to execute your goals in 12 weeks. So having a new year every 3 months, and within that 3 months, really having minimal focus goals. Not only I found this principle so effective, but also took away the overwhelm, took away the burnout, and made things so much simpler and a lot more effective. You will see this approach to be so much more effective, so much more fulfilling, and you will feel proud of moving by that 1% on the focus goals that you set for yourself over a 3 months period. Number 2 is to stop breaking promises to yourself. The one thing that strips away of our own confidence is the fact that we do not do the things that we said we would do. And when we break promises to ourselves, we basically are telling ourselves that we are liars. And that is the sure way to strip away your confidence. So as of today, I invite you to take this video and take the message of this video and make a promise to yourself to stick to the things that you said you would do. It is better to minimize your list and focus on 1 to 2 things and commit to doing them well throughout the rest of the year than trying to commit to 100 things and just giving up in the process. So I invite you to be a minimalist when it comes to your life and when it comes to your goals, and to honor the things that matter the most to you and stay faithful to the things that you say to yourself. Number 3, reevaluate your environment. Your personal space has a direct impact on how far you will go. I'm talking about from where you live to where you work, to how you live in your household, to your workspace. So let's start with first, location. Are you living in the right country? Are you in the right city? This actually impacts you more than you think. I'm from Paris and I lived away from home for a very long time, only to realize that actually my place was right in my favorite city of Paris. And this move alone completely shifted my whole mind, completely shifted my work life, my business, and how I felt about myself. So it is to show you that your location and where you live is extremely important, same as your house and or your apartment. Are you living in a space that inspires you, or do you have clutter everywhere that clutters your mind? So have a look at your living space. Is it a place that you look forward to coming home to every day? If not, then this is your call to really have a cleanse of your whole environment and make it a heaven for you, a heaven for those who live with you, a heaven for your creativity, a heaven for your relationships. On that same point is about your workspace. Are you in an environment that empowers you to work productively? Perhaps this is your call to invest in a co-working space or an office so that you can be a lot more productive and get yourself into a new energy by remixing your environment. But the whole point is being in an environment that inspires you, that gets the best of you, and really getting rid of any thing that is just clutter in your mind, clutter physically, and is stopping you from giving your best to your work, giving your best to your business, and giving your best to yourself. And before we get on to number 5, I want to take this short minute to thank you for watching today's video. I'm really hoping that you're getting the most out of this point. You watching and you being here with me right now means so much to me. So if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I take this moment to like and think about some of the things that you may share in the comments with me. This is a platform to help you really elevate yourself, elevate your feminine energy and your entrepreneurial journey. So you subscribing to my channel and liking my content and sharing it means so much to my work. So this is your call to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get back onto today's content. Number 4 is spend time alone and get to know yourself. You would not believe how many people I've met who have honestly shared with me that, Nelly, I don't like to be alone. I don't like to be by myself. I always need to be around people. I always need to be on my phone. I always need to be around others to feel good about myself. And that is actually a really big red flag, because how can others be happy to spend time with you if you're not happy to spend time with yourself? So the first person that you should love to spend time with and get to know is yourself. This is the ultimate place to build true, authentic confidence, because not only do you get to know you get to know what you like, you get to really cultivate that relationship with you. You will then be able to pour onto other people and really make your relationships a lot more authentic, a lot more fruitful, and a lot more rich. So when's the last time you took yourself out? When's the last time you really connected and listened to your thoughts without the noise of social media and the distractions of scrolling all the time? I invite you to spend time with you. I invite you to get to know you, really connect with who you are, connect with the things that bring you joy, connect with what makes you you. One practice I love and that I have really practiced for a few years now is the practice of journaling. And that is such a wonderful, mindful practice to really connect with yourself, connect with your thoughts, connect with your feelings, and be present with what's going on with you, what's going on in you, and really express yourself. I find this practice not only therapeutic, but it's also stress relieving, and it just makes me feel so much clearer about where I'm at, about who I am, about where I'm going every single time I take the precious time to journal. So this point is really inviting you to put the noise aside and focus on you. Get to know all parts of you, face yourself. That is really the root of really building authentic confidence and really get your self-belief back. Number 5 is to mind how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, and how you speak about yourself. Now, I invite you to look at yourself as your most important, your most loved personal guest. Now, if you love hosting, like I love to host in my home, and when we host or when we have guests over for special occasions, we make sure that our house is amazingly spotless, like extra spotless. We get out all of our beautiful cutleries. We get out we get our foods and the nicest drinks and wines, and we look our best. We make sure we do our hair, we do our makeup is on point, and we just we have candles, scented candles lit, and it's just a beautiful experience, not only for ourselves but for our guests. I invite you to look at yourself like this amazing guest, okay, 24/7. So you're giving yourself the best. You are cherishing yourself. You're not buying cheap products because it's cheaper. You're buying yourself quality products, quality clothes, quality everything. So as of today, this is an invitation to treat yourself as your most loved, your most VIP, your most important guest, because you are as my therapist reminded me recently, the main character of your life. So make today the occasion to wear those clothes, to do that activity, to do that thing that you've been postponing because you didn't have an occasion. Today is your occasion and you are your most important guest. Number 6, stop internalizing other people's biases and limits. Now, this is a huge one because I found that a lot of the imposterization phenomenon is really internalized. It comes from other people's negative perceptions, negative beliefs, biases, and just, plain hatred. And hatred has different levels. It has different dimensions, okay? But it comes from negativity. It comes from fear. It comes from all kinds of limits that you do not have to internalize. So as you make a decision to really put boundaries on the negative beliefs that others are trying to put on you, other people's hold, remember that you do not have to hold these beliefs for yourself. You do not have to internalize other people's beliefs and make them your own. So today we're saying no to other people's beliefs and yes to limitless opportunities and limitless potential for yourself. Number 7 is separate your identity from your work. Now, this one was a huge one for me because without realizing it, I so much identified with who I was at work, my business, my career, my bank account. As much as the being and the femininity was there, a lot of my identity and personal happiness also was anchored in what I did as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, what I achieved in my career. And that was not a healthy perspective to have, because what happens if your business doesn't work? What happens if you get laid off? Who are you without your job title? So it's really, really important to separate what you do from who you are. Of course, who you are completely is an amazing essence and brings richness to what you do. But what you do is not who you are. You are not your job. You are not your business. You are so, so much more. You are a separate, glorious entity. So this one I personally had to work on because I love to succeed. I love to have impact with my work. I love to grow and become, but the becoming is in parallel to the doing, and it's not the fullness of what one does. So separating yourself from your business, from your work is hugely important to not get bogged down or not get even having these depressive episodes and just these low moments when the business or when the career or when the money isn't quite au rendezvous. Okay, we have to separate those things. And it's the being that's going to call in all the abundance in your career, in your business, and in your financial life. Number 9, invest in your physical and mental health. Huge, huge one. The gym is my second most favorite therapist. The gym, lifting those weights, making sure that, daily check-in about what's going on internally is huge, because if you're not okay, nothing else will. Okay, so really taking the time and really investing the resources into your personal health, into your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, will reap the best rewards, and it will set you up for success because you are solid. You'll be functioning on strong foundation, and you won't be burnt out, and you won't be completely out of it. You will be fully replenished, and your cup will be able to run over because you're constantly and daily taking care of your mental and physical health. And number 10, which is one of my favorites, is to elevate your personal style and invest in your appearance. I love this one so much. There is something about elevating your style and investing in how you look, from skincare to clothes to everything, like literally everything that has to do with your appearance. It sends a message, not only internally but also externally. I did a LinkedIn post earlier this year, and I cut my hair off. Like you can see, this is my bob. I cut it all off, and it was a form of reset for me. I also gave 90% of my wardrobe away, and I completely restarted my whole wardrobe again. Amazing. And it made me feel new again, because I'm literally restarting from stronger foundations. I wanted a new look. I wanted, better quality clothes. I wanted them to be aligned with my 3 words of my personal style. And I just want to look my best and feel my best every single day. Your personal style is so, so important. And the standard is up to you. You get to decide how you want to look. We're not saying, put false lashes and, full on makeup every single day, but it's the effort of showing up for yourself every day. It's the effort of looking good and putting on quality clothes and investing and taking care of your personal style, so that you can show your best not only to yourself but to the world too. So which one of the 10 practices has resonated with you the most today? Let me know your insights. Let me know what has shifted for you in the comments. I hope that these 10 practices help you create joy for yourself every single day and help you get your confidence and your power back. Until my next video, I will see you then. Bye for now.